Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Tier 1, Brazil. I'm pretty damn excited for this one. I don't know about you guys. This is race number 10 on the calendar. Should be a very hyped Grand Prix. Let's have a quick look at the circuit now. We have quite a few corners to negotiate tonight. It's a pretty famous circuit here in Brazil. It's also one of the slipperiest on the game as well. Very, very difficult circuit to get perfect. So we have 15 corners around here. It's an anti-clockwise circuit, 2 DRS zones, 2 DRS detection zones as well. As I was saying, it's extremely slippery, especially in that second sector, so expect to see a few mistakes through there tonight. Let's have a quick look at the standings yet again. Crichton leads at the moment, 189, with Big Al in second and ACW coming in with third at 115. Mercedes currently lead the constructors, 267 points to Ferrari with 223, and Williams close behind with 180. Now to the track in about 20 seconds time. We will get the first taste of qualifying here tonight, so it should be a good Grand Prix. Times are expected to be about the 106 range for qualifying. A lot of the drivers tonight have been complaining about tyre wear, specifically that soft tyre during that first initial lap, not lasting all the way to the third sector. So, as I was saying, you know, a very slippery circuit around this Brazil circuit. It's a very famous second sector, is one of the hardest to get bang on perfect, and a perfect lap around here, you're looking about 105, but it's almost impossible to do due to the nature of the circuit. The center S's at the start of the lap, of course, set you up that right-hander, the left-hander into the right-hander, and then follows another left, so they're already really, really aggressive on the tyres through there, and then you get that DRS zone all the way down towards the second sector. Turn for that left-hander, of course, is extremely important to keep it on the boundary of the circuit. So, with the drivers getting ready now to head out onto the track, it's looking like clear blue skies here at São Paulo circuit. Let's get everything that you guys love to see. So we'll have the track map and the lap data, of course. So we have 13 drivers out there tonight. Not too many. We do have a few missing out due to commitments, and also just Brazil being a track that a lot of people don't actually enjoy driving. A lot of talk as well in the Discord about how this game is not exactly keeping up to the standards that we would have liked to expect for league racing. It's been very difficult with constant disconnects and constant problems. So I mean, the safety car glitches are the epitome of that. We've had multiple problems with safety cars around this year, especially going green flag and just have the safety car board still up on the screen. It makes it pretty difficult for people just coming into the stream and seeing that we're under safety car conditions, and then, well, yeah, it's not exactly ideal as we get our first driver heading out on circuit now. And looks to be the McLaren of Verk. So, Verk, of course, McLaren 5th in the standings at the moment. Brazil, again, like I was saying, one of the harder circuits to get right in this year's game. So, ensuring that you keep those tyres ready and rearing to go. And not taking out too much wear on the outlap as well. That's probably one of the more important things you want to make sure you're not doing. Verk hasn't been our most competitive driver, but he has been one of our more consistent drivers, constantly scoring points. So he's got himself a pretty good haul of points at the moment. I believe he's 6th or 7th in the championship, which is good. Expect to see some really fast times tonight. Like I was saying, we're expecting the final time to be around the low 106s. So here we go. Let's jump on with Verk as he starts our first banker lap of the night. So heading through that banked final corner, we head towards the line. So up the hill we go as we approach the first corner, the center S's. The left-hander, tuck it on the inside, touch that inside curb, run it all the way on the right hand, and then left hand, you want to hug the left-hand side. Is Verk, our first big moment of the night, and he's almost lost it on the curb. That is very interesting. He won't be happy with this so far. I'm going to jump on board now with Eye Contrast, who's also invalidated his lap, so not a good start for these drivers at all. Maybe those center S's are a lot more difficult than we were expecting. Let's jump on board here with Ferrari Pro. Yeah, Ferrari Pro will be good to stay on board with here. So here we go, turn 1. Let's go take 2. Center S's. Left, into the right, and onto the left again, and hug that inside line, but don't go on the curb as Verk did. He almost had a massive moment. That would have ended it with him in the wall without doubt. As that's pretty much Sector 1 complete. Now heading downhill, Sector 2. You don't want to run it out too wide there. You'll get an invalidation. Touch the inside curb yet again on the left-hand corner. Now up the right-hander of 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10 to greet Ferrari Pro as we head through the second sector. Hug the inside curb as Verk sits at 117.9. We expect the times to be about the 107s to start off with, so that is about 10 seconds off the pace. Heading down towards Sector 3 now. What's the split like? It's a 50.820. So it's not bad at all for Ferrari Pro's first lap around this Brazilian circuit. The Sao Paulo Grand Prix is one to watch. And of course, weather will play a factor here if we get it during the race, which we most likely will. This is a very common track to get heavy rain at. So 107.027 is the banker lap to beat with Ferrari Pro, and Spicy Salami immediately setting pretty much 2/10 behind on that one. So not bad from him at all. Plebs is on, he's in the garage. Don't know why it's showing that. Actually, Plebs, apologies, they're on a lap now. Polo Pepsi at 108.579, so about a second and a half off the pace. Plebs will be looking for, well, a good amount of speed around here and a good qualifying position. He hasn't been the most consistent driver out there this season, but he'll be looking to improve. Chromad, welcome. Verk on pole, that didn't last too long, unfortunately. Verk with a 108.877, again about a second off the pace. Eye Contrast with 108.032. That's a second off the pace. Apologies, Verk about 2 seconds off the pace. So we'd expect to see those times come down to about a 106 low. Plev's on a decent lap at the moment. 51.831 split sectors, so he's about probably a second behind Ferrari Pro. Expect this to be in the 108s, maybe a high 107, but he might be backing out of it. He is not. He's going to continue on the way. And it's a high 107.895, so he's about a second off the pace as well. So Ferrari Pro currently the driver to beat. and one that is relatively competitive as well tonight, which is going to be good for him. I think we are missing... are we missing anyone from that top? No, we're not. ACW, Crichton, and Al are all here. And speaking of which, Crichton starts his lap. So let's jump on board here. Another critical Grand Prix for Crichton. He has to get this one bang on perfect. Al is falling behind in the championship ever so slightly, but one slip up, one DNF, and Al will take the lead of this championship. It is such a close battle between those two, Al and Crichton. So here we go. Sector 2, it's a purple Sector 1 for Crichton. He'll be looking for a low 106, but he'll probably get it out of mid 106 to start off with. Absolutely flying through the right hand, and the rear end sliding out with complaint there through the second sector, and continuing on the way. Crichton's looking pretty hooked up around here. The Grand Prix will be a completely different story, without doubt. The circuit changes all the time. I'm wondering if we have rain on the way, by the way, for the race. That'd be super, super interesting if we do. Be a great equalizer if you would. As to the line comes Crichton. That's actually looking pretty damn quick. It's going to be a 107.232. So nobody at the moment challenging that top time from Ferrari Pro, which is pretty damn rare. That the championship leaders just aren't there yet. They're there or thereabouts on their first lap. So 107.232 is about 0.2 away from Ferrari Pro. So we'd expect that time to come down. Al on his lap as well. This is another critical lap for Al here. As he continues on the way. Left-hander, downhill, understeer City as he runs wide and invalidates. Not good for Al at the moment. Bags as well on the lap. ACW's fourth, so they'll be pretty happy with that. Bags was... well, he is the league organizer of this this tier, and he's been pretty damn disappointed at the moment with this year's game, which is no surprise. Not happy, but we continue on the way anyway. We're doing what we can to race in this game. I think, yeah, Bags is going to drop out of that lap that he's just set. Ross also on the laps. Ferrari Pro setting a purple first sector, so the time is coming down. The track is gripping up slowly here as he chucks it into the right-hander. Front tyres screaming at this point for help. The demand through the steering wheel as we fly through the fast and flowy Sector 2, accompanied by some slow speed corners, of course. Ferrari Pro. Up towards the line we go. It was Sector 2 purple as well. So what can Ferrari Pro do? DRS wide open as we head to the line now, up the hill. And it's a 107. It's a 106.913. So dropping his time even further now. One to chase for these drivers. Other Ferrari driver about 2 seconds down on his pace at the moment. Seb sets a decent lap with a 108.93. He'll be happy with that. Al will not be happy where he is currently without a lap set. So again, Spicy Salami is a serious contender as ACW runs it all the way out. I wonder if that's a strategy, actually. This could be genius from ACW. If he's looking for a lap here, which I think he is. Best possible exit as he heads up towards the line. Let's jump back on board there with ACW. And stuffs up the first of the corners, unfortunately. And I think that's going to put him at least a 10th down as we start this lap with ACW. Could there potentially be rain on the way there? Clouds are gathering around this circuit. We do have an 85% chance of rain, as the statistics show. We don't actually know what the forecast is for the Grand Prix. I'd love to know. So I'll double check the Discord and see if we have anything in there saying that there is rain. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So no rain forecast at the moment for the race. ACW on an absolute flyer at the moment, a 10th and a half up. So he'll be jumping up to about second position at this rate. As to the line we go, DRS wide open. And it is second, so it's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment in qualifying. Provisional first and second place on the grid. Crichton is on a lap as well. He's currently down on his time and very wide out of that corner. Al's on a lap as well. This will be a critical one. Let's jump on board with here with Al, who's actually just ahead of Crichton. Crichton is just chasing. I wonder if Crichton's looking for a bit of a slipstream down the front straight. As Al on a purple sector 2. I don't think that's purple though at all. It was a 51. Ferrari Pro was setting 50s. As we head towards the line now, DRS wide open for Al. Shortest run to the line possible. What is it going to be? It's going to be a 107.395, and the two championship contenders yet again inseparable as Crichton crossed the line. So it's a 107.196. So still a little bit of time out there for these drivers. They'll be thinking about these final laps as we come closer and closer to the end of qualifying here. I believe that was Bags setting a 107.963. So the field relatively competitive at the moment. The top 5 look to be the drivers to watch around here tonight, with the rest being very, very close during qualifying. Look at that, less than 2/10 separating 6 to 11. That is some wild numbers. So, see what Ferrari Pro can do. He's back on another lap. Maybe looking to improve on his 106.913. He was the one saying that it would be a low 106 to expect. So I wonder if there's been a bit of a change in grip conditions. But we'll see how he goes. There's a new link. Someone can't access to one from Twitch Bar. Yeah, I got you, man. No stress at all. I'll create a link for you, my friend. We are having that issue at the moment with the Discord links. I don't know what they're doing, but let me just take care of that for you, my man. There you go. So, Discord link for you, my friend. Thank you for coming along to the stream as well. Much appreciated. Ferrari Pro, yet again, setting purple laps and setting purple sectors as well. So, this will be very interesting across the line. Shortest run to the line now for Ferrari Pro. What can he do? It should be a 106.877, and that is now the time to beat. And that is a very, very fast time for Ferrari Pro. That is a very fast time for these Tier 1 drivers to beat. And I think we're getting, with us getting closer and closer to the end of qualifying, Verk retires with 108.702. He's happy to start at the back of the grid. I think there was a bit of a spin there for Spicy Salami. Yeah, Spicy Salami, I think, was having a bit of a moment now, and that's rain on the track. That's it. That is it for qualifying without doubt. There's rain on the circuit now. Plevs retires from the session. Everybody's going to retire. The torrential rain starts falling, and Ferrari Pro almost goes sideways. Almost loses the rear end as ACW with the outlap as well. This is it. Ferrari Pro has nailed the timing on this. Gone for a 106.877. Everybody's going to retire now. There's absolutely no point in heading back out. We're going to have a shortened qualifying session here tonight. So I wonder if there's rain due for the race. Because, goodness gracious, would you look at that? The rain has started falling. The DRS gets disabled, and every single lap that is about to be set becomes useless. Al and Crichton will start in 3rd and 5th respectively with a Ferrari 1-2 to start our race tonight. This is going to be very, very interesting. The two championship contenders separated by 1 place. Eye contrast, unfortunately as well, not in a position to improve as he's slipping and sliding all over the circuit. He'll probably just retire here. Yep, so Eye contrast retires. We're waiting for everybody to pretty much retire. There's absolutely no point in heading back out there tonight to qualify. The rain has well and truly come down. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your grid pretty much set for this Grand Prix. And my goodness, this should be good. Very, very excited for this one. Ferrari Pro and ACW take about absolutely nailing it. ACW as well, third in the championship standings. We're expecting big things from him this weekend. He'll be looking to improve to second in the championship. I don't know if he's close enough to do so this week, but if there's a big collision potentially between Crichton and Al, let's say, there could be chaos on the circuit. So we've cut qualifying short tonight because the rain has started falling here in São Paulo, Brazil, at the Interlagos circuit. As Al just creeps into the pits, I think he'll go to retire now as well. This is playing around. I think he might be playing around, just trying to give me something to do. So, the rain, well and truly falling now. There's absolutely no point heading back out, as we'd said. Look at that. It's gone from really, really dry out there. It was sunny to absolutely torrential. So, might as well call a red flag here on qualifying as Al retires from the session. So there we go. Ferrari Pro, 3/10 ahead of the field tonight. So this is looking good for Ferrari Pro. Maybe his first win in this tier. That would be really good to see tonight. I'd love to see that. Ferrari 1-2 at the moment with Mercedes in third place of Crichton, Spicy Salami, and Al to follow up in fourth and fifth. So this will be a very, very interesting off-the-line grid here. McLaren of Verk retired quickly at the as soon as the rain started falling. He knew it wasn't going to improve, unfortunately. So let's get underway with our race introduction, of course. So here we go. We're here at the São Paulo Interlagos circuit. This is going to be an interesting one with rain affecting qualifying. We had a shortened qualifying session, about 15 minutes was all that the drivers got to set their laps out there. When we've seen very visibly the circuit is extremely slippery out there, without doubt. Plenty of opportunities to overtake down into turn 1, turn 4 as well is a prime overtaking zone. Look out for the side-by-side action, of course, all the way up that front straight from turn 13, 14 and 15. Expect chaos here tonight. Round 10 due to get underway very, very shortly here. So Crichton still leading the pack at the moment with 189 points. Big Al in 148 points behind, with 41 gap behind. Apologies there. ACW in third place, 33 points. Ferrari could be on for massive, massive points. Continue with that one too. And it's looking like a perfectly clear Grand Prix. So this will be interesting. The drivers haven't given me any confirmation that there's rain tonight as well, so I wouldn't expect to see any. They will be doing their final setups, though, on their cars to get ready for tonight. Anti-clockwise circuit, so the right-hand side is going to be absolutely screaming as you lean onto it. But we'll see how that affects this Grand Prix. I don't know how this is going to go, honestly, with the two Ferraris at the front. Can they control the pace? Can they control the lead of this Grand Prix from the start? I could not tell you. Ferrari Pro and ACW have a quite rich history of, let's say, getting a bit aggressive. So, I don't know if those two will be playing Ferrari team rules. You know, there's ACW's obviously the one in the championship at the moment. Ferrari Pro isn't really there. He hasn't really got an opportunity to score points again, to come up to contend for, you know, the Constructors and Drivers' Championship. But Ferrari here, if they play this well, could have a haul of points here that could be immeasurable as we go racing here in Brazil. And it's a fantastic start from Ferrari Pro, as we'd come to expect. Crichton here has an opportunity as well. He's going to try and go around the outside of ACW. Can he get it done down into this set of S's? Yes, he does. Crichton gets it done, and that's a good start from him. ACW dropping down positions. Now Al and Spicy Salami are going side by side as we head down to turn 4 for the first time. It's been a relatively clean start from the grid at the moment as Al looks to overtake and Khan unfortunately goes off the track. Spicy Salami just pushing him out wide as these guys are going to be battling all the way through. It looks like we have a mix of medium and hard tyres, so let's see how that develops during this Grand Prix. It's up the inside. I thought Spicy Salami was going to try there sideways for both Crichton and Spicy there. Already a phenomenal start from Ferrari Pro. We'd expect to see this. He has serious pace around here tonight. We've seen that through the practice sessions throughout the week. Spicy Salami, though, is also looking like a pretty damn serious contender all over the rear wing of that Ferrari of ACW, and all of a sudden that 1-2 has gone to a 1-3, and Crichton is in a Ferrari sandwich. But we got 36 laps here, so it's a pretty long Grand Prix, but that does not mean that we're going to be redacted of any action around here. It is São Paulo, it is Brazil, of course. This is one of the most intense circuits on the calendar when it comes to action, constant overtaking opportunities, especially down to turn 4, and I think we're going to have the first of our moments here. ACW just holding his moment, holding his nerve. Carbon fibre absolutely flying everywhere as they touch those curbs. That is not ideal for the drivers. The floors may be getting damaged. You don't want to be touching the curbs too early on here. Let's have a quick look at the tyres as well. So we've got 3 medium runners out there with the rest being on hard. So this will be interesting. Spice Salami, of course, going with the alternate strategy, which we know he loves doing. And speaking of which, he's all over the rear wing of ACW at this point. He's probably going to overtake down into turn 1, biding his time at the moment, looking for that perfect opportunity. The V-Carb in a serious contention at the moment to fight for that podium place. I say this is going to be a long Grand Prix, but I have a feeling this one's going to go very, very quickly as the times start tumbling and the fastest lap gets set. A 1:10.043 for Spicy. Ferrari Pro hasn't exactly run away with this lead as Crichton is pretty much staying with him. ACW with DRS and Spicy's looking for the move. And does so. Down into turn 4, slams the door shut, says thank you very much and holds position. A good move, and he'll be looking to move up the grid as quickly as he can, especially on those medium tyres. He'll be looking to capitalise on the fact he has a lot faster tyres here in the first opening stages of this Grand Prix. Let's have a look at Eye Contrast at the moment as well, who's moved up a few places on the hard tyre. Plevs as well. One to watch. Good little train here. They haven't really dropped away from each other too significantly. Everybody pretty much within DRS ranges. We've come to expect that pretty much here at São Paulo. I'm not going to lie. As we continue on the way. Lap 4 of 36 and they're tumbling down pretty damn quickly. Spicy Salami. Yet again. Staying on pace. Locking up a little bit in the background there was Al. Maybe going a bit defensive as Eye Contrast gets overtaken by Bags. So we'd expect a DRS train here, and I think this is going to spice up a little bit between Crichton and Ferrari Pro. Let's see how that goes as the Grand Prix progresses. I got a feeling Crichton's going to want to jump in front of Ferrari Pro here as quickly as he can, but I don't think Ferrari Pro is going to make it as easy as he would like here tonight. São Paulo providing the goods already. We have a serious battle on our hands here tonight. Tier 1, Crichton, ACW and Al all in that top 5. Already looking for big points tonight. Crichton being the championship leader and the championship defender at the moment. He'll be looking for a DRS pass if he can get one. I think the DRS has been moved as well, ever so slightly back. So Crichton with an opportunity here down into turn 1 maybe. Is he going to be looking for it? He's going to bide his time. And he's going to wait for turn 4, I'd assume. As Eye Contrast drops down a few positions. Unfortunately, I think just getting mogged there by the DRS train. Crichton with the best opportunity down here into turn 4. He's going to do it. Swings to the inside. He's going to try and defend it. Ferrari Pro doesn't defend it too hard. Backs out. He knows that's not a fight he's really involved in. And he'll be looking to save tyres if he can. Crichton is just backing up a little bit here on Ferrari Pro. And this is going to allow Spicy on the medium tyres as well. Don't forget that. Spicy's going to be licking his lips looking at this battle. He'll be thinking about moves, thinking about strategy as well. Of course, being on that alternate strategy does mean that he will have to consider different objectives here. Different pit windows, of course, as well, as we'll have a dash of DRS all the way to the top of the hill in a few seconds here. DRS wide open. Is Spicy going to go for it? I think he might. Even with Ferrari Pro with DRS here. Ferrari Pro charging. And guess what? Spicy Salami has a look down the inside. Is it going to make it? Is it going to work into the center S's? No, it's not. He's going to back out of it. He knows not to fight that too hard, as he's got turn 4 as a better opportunity. Maybe a double overtake on the boards here, as Ferrari Pro and Spicy Salami are just swinging each other along, and we live to fight another day. Lap 6 of 36, 30 laps to go around this Sao Paulo Grand Prix, Interlagos, if you will. We have a serious fight in our hands. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a good one tonight. As we get closer. Oh, sorry, apologies here. We start at about 8 p.m. We've hit, so expect the race to finish about 8:45. Let's see how Spicy Salami deals with his challenge this time. Medium to the eyes, providing him with the best amount of grip compared to the front runners. Let's see if that aids him as he heads up the hill with DRS now. Open and wide. Ferrari Pro ever closer to Crichton and saving battery by the looks of it. I think it looks like Ferrari Pro is just holding off and waiting for turn 4. As that's just, it's a smarter move, because you do have a second DRS activation point, and you do have a second DRS detection point as well. So there isn't really much point in going for the move into turn 1 unless you can really enforce the fact that you're going to keep that position down into turn 4. Let's jump on board to the back here as we see Eye Contrast and Bags still going side by side. This is a rare sight to see, as Eye Contrast looks to hold the outside line and does so, slamming the door shut there on Bags and opening it up potentially here. Good little battle for the final points positions. Loving this. Bags, the league coordinator, of course. Mercedes will be looking to score a haul of points if they can. Ferrari Pro ever closer this time and saying goodbye to Crichton. So the lead gets retaken. I think Spicy's thinking about a move here on Crichton as well. He's not close enough to conceal it. Better run there for Spicy. Crichton was all over the rear wing of the Ferrari there. He got very, very sideways coming through the center S's. So with DRS open, nothing being said as of yet. Top 3 haven't really changed apart from Ferrari Pro and Crichton. They'll be swapping positions all race by the looks of it. Spicy Salami will be happy with his position at the moment. Probably looking for a better one, but definitely happy in third, especially on those medium tyres on the alternate strategy. If anybody's in the chat, I'd love to know if everything's all good on the audio end, hopefully. Mic isn't peaking too much. Spicy Salami here, round number 8. Can he get it done up this hill here? I really don't know. But he's closer than Crichton is to Ferrari Pro, so we'll see if that matters. These guys are just going to drag each other along pretty much. Spicy Salami thinking about a move, backs out of it. As 7L go side by side, and that's moves that's been coming for a while. Seb sideways, absolutely sideways through the center S's, and unfortunately that's also going to bring it into 3 wide as we head down towards turn 4. Plebs and Al both overtaking Seb. Seb will not be happy with that. Had a massive moment down into turn 2 and 3. Is again Al sideways on the exit of 4. The Williams bottoming out on the curb, and that's just not going to work for him. He's going to be looking to score some serious points here tonight. But his championship contention is slowly dropping away. Round 10 of 13. We have 3 races to go. Spicy Salami, the other V-carb, of course, right on the rear wing of Crichton. He charges all the way through that second sector. You can see it with the flashing as we go again for DRS. Crichton is deploying this time, and he's looking for the overtake here, I think. He'll be looking for it down into turn 4, as he always does. So nothing happening at the front. Potential move here for Seb if he can get it done, but he can't, unfortunately. So again, Seb having that massive moment last lap has put him down into P7. He moved up all the way into P5 and then lost it in the span of a corner after having a massive moment on exit of the center S's. Carbon fiber flying from those floors on lap 10 of 36. So a lot of these drivers will be considering a safety car option as well. A 13 grid race, though, will see that chance of a safety car drop down significantly. Whereas a full 20 grid would have had about a 78% chance. I think a 13 will probably be, let's say, about a 52.5% chance of a safety car around here tonight. So don't expect to see one. If there is one, it could be a major shake-up. ACW is in serious position here to gain and hold points for that championship. Currently third in the championship. He'll be looking to overtake Al if he can before the end of this season. That being said, Al and Plevs go side by side and getting it done. Crichton with a potential move here. If he can get it done, thinks about it and just backs out of it yet again. Not a smart move to make if you can't make it 110% into 4. Because if you go wide, it's an instantaneous warning. It's also a potential massive crash if you go out wide there, especially hitting that curb. I think that was Ferrari Pro. Just going a little bit sideways. Just jump on board with the replay there. Yeah, he was snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 7. So Crichton significantly closer this time. And with an opportunity, let's get some telemetry as well if we can. So isn't deploying in DRS though, so waiting for an opportunity. Spice Salami all the way at the back as well of this little trio we've got here. Crichton with a little bit of oversteer on the exit, and that's going to invite Spicy Salami if he can get close. I think these guys are just biding their time with the energy usage. Crichton and Ferrari Pro. I think Crichton was thinking about a move there and just went defensive. Looked like Spicy was a little bit closer this time as well. ACW will just be waiting to collect the scraps if he can. Al as well is slowly catching this little quintuplet. Quintuplet? That's not a good word to use. This 4-pack of drivers, if you want to say. Want to go with that. Here we go. ACW as well. Like I was saying, he's getting closer and closer every lap. Al's gaining about a 10th a lap here on this small little train. Ferrari Pro is also slowly pulling a gap here on Crichton. He's not really letting him get away, is Crichton, but Ferrari Pro is doing his best. You can definitely see that, without doubt, is pushing as hard as he can to try and get away from Crichton. I think Crichton here has an opportunity, and he does. He's been charging that battery and saving it all the way down the back straight. That turns into the front straight, of course, and he takes the lead of this Grand Prix down into turn 4. Prime overtaking zone, as we've come to expect, already on lap 13 of 36. Bit of oversteer at the rear end of that Mercedes. Starting to wonder when the pit stops will start coming through here. I'd expect we'd see them about lap 24 for the hard tyre runners. The medium tyres should last till about lap 19, maybe 18. We'll see how that goes. Seb is also really, really close to Plevs and Al. So maybe just biding his time, waiting for an opportunity. I'm pretty sure he's one of our reserve drivers, is Seb. just watching that delta at the top there. I'm not seeing any changes, any significant changes as well, unless a bit of a lock-up there for Crichton, and Spicy Salami is all over the rear wing of that Ferrari. So maybe looking for an opportunity here with DRS wide open, no ERS being deployed. As we go again through Sector 2, nothing happening at the front here. Bags and Apollo Pepsi. Bags will be looking for the overtake and does so down into turn 4, nice and cleanly as well. Background there, you can just see Verk keeping pace. Midas, unfortunately, again, dropping down the pack and receiving penalties left, right, and centre. Ferrari Pro ever closer this time to Crichton, maybe thinking about a lunge here. The attacks from Ferrari Pro are vicious every single time. Crichton's going to be ready for it and make sure that they don't get into an incident. It's the last thing he needs in this championship fight. Ferrari Pro, close as can be this time, and again, I think he's lining up a move here for turn 4. Actually, without doubt, he's lining up a move here for turn 4, and I think he's going to be close enough to get it if he can stay with Crichton as he moves to the left-hand side of the track. Thinks about a move, backs out of it, knows that's not ready to be done yet. Eye contrast, absolutely side by side here with Apollo Pepsi. Apollo Pepsi dropping down the field at the moment. On the hard tyres as well, that Alpine isn't looking very quick around this São Paulo circuit. Interlagos providing the goods here tonight without doubt. Lap 15 of 36, so we're getting really close to halfway mark now of this Grand Prix. Drop back ever so slightly there as Ferrari Pro. Spicy Salami has also got ACW to think about all the way down this back straight and that turns into the front straight. With DRS opportunity here for ACW, I think he's going to be thinking about a move here on Spicy Salami if he can get it done. And it looks like both Ferraris are thinking about a move as Ferrari Pro takes the lead of this Grand Prix. ACW was looking to go up the inside. Crichton's lost 2 positions in the span of 1 corner, and he's trying to gain it back. Spicy Salami trying to go up the inside. Crichton trying to hold the outside line. He can't do it. The medium tyres are finally coming alive here in this Grand Prix for Spicy Salami, and now he's going to start fighting and looking to move towards Ferrari Pro, who's just slowly starting to run away with this. 0.6 the gap, and he's going to look for that to come down as Spicy as we head into lap 16 of 36, and we're finally starting to see some action here at São Paulo Interlagos. Not to say we haven't seen some action, but we haven't really seen some overtakes. We've seen some close moments, some close maneuvers, and some very, very close calls. Crichton is all over the rear wing of that V-carb. ACW was with a serious potential moving up into second place. And unfortunately, I think he's just had a bit of a moment at the exit. As I say that, it's Crichton absolutely sideways with a snap of oversteer. And Spicy Salami has dropped out of DRS range of Ferrari Pro. So I don't think he'll have DRS down this back straight. He won't. Lap 17 of 36. It's all starting to kick off now, as Spicy Salami will be looking to catch Ferrari Pro if he can on those medium tyres. But you start to think maybe those mediums are starting to wear off ever so slightly here, because he isn't... I mean, they're not really dropping off in pace necessarily, but they're not really all there. They will hit a cliff in around 3 laps time, so he's got to be ready for that. We've seen the tyre wear catch a few drivers out this season. I believe Apollo Pepsi being one of them. It's absolutely spinning out. I believe it was in Hungary. Intense battles here on track tonight. This is really, really good stuff from Tier 1. We're loving to see it as we head closer and closer to the halfway point. I believe we're at halfway as soon as we cross the line this time. Crichton ever closer to Spicy Salami. I think Spicy's deploying a lot of energy here. He's close enough for DRS range. Crichton was close enough there to the line for a penalty. Backed out of it and thought about that, as Crichton very wide of the entry there of the Centre S's. Looks to be struggling a little bit, is that Mercedes. He's not exactly flat to the floor planted. It's looking very twitchy. I say this as Plevs is right up behind that rear wing of Al. So, Al unfortunately won't be scoring any higher points here, as it currently stands. Critical points to be scored here by Crichton, though. If he can stay in third place, that's a fantastic finish for him and a good haul of points. Damage limitation, if you will. Al will be looking to at least move up into the podium positions if he can. ACW as well. But Spicy Salami is not making it easy for Crichton, is he? However, in saying that, I think Crichton's actually close enough this time to mount a challenge on Spicy Salami, especially with DRS. So there we go. As I was saying, I think Spicy Salami just hitting the cliff there, and we saw that as his pace dropped off the face of the earth. So the V-carb into the pits now. The medium tyres will go off for a set of hards. Hard tyres going on that V-carb on lap 19 of 36. There's still a long way to go in this Grand Prix. We've just passed the halfway point. Spicy Salami setting off with a new set of hard tyres, and this will be a critical outlap / in lap for him. Al as well, also in the pits. I believe he was on the hard tyres, so that's interesting to see. He's going to go onto a set of mediums very early into this Grand Prix. Maybe predicting a safety car potentially around here tonight. That being said, the medium tyre did seem to last about halfway of this Grand Prix, which we have passed. So Al will be on the back foot at the end of this Grand Prix, but he will be very, very fast right off the rip. Critical outlap for Al as well if he wants to get that undercut working well. So let's see who boxes. Ferrari Pro has blinked first at the top of the field. He's coming to the pits. Critical pit stop here for Ferrari to get correct. Hard to medium tyres. It looks good, and it is good. Plevs also into the pits. Another critical pit stop for these guys to get right. Good pit stop there from Plevs. Ferrari Pro coming out in second place. There's a massive crash at the back there. I think Spicy Salami was sideways with yellow flags. There's a bit of a sky forming over the Sao Paulo circuit, and we saw this during qualifying as well. So I wonder, is there maybe rain on the way? Crichton hasn't blinked yet in terms of tyres. ACW hasn't either. Apollo Pepsi as well in third place. 13 seconds the gap from fourth. So we'll see if this matters. Crichton comes into the pits. I wonder if he'll go to a set of softs. If he goes to a set of softs, it's go. Oh! Crichton absolutely sideways into the pits as the rear end's locked, and ACW as well close behind. That's not going to help him. So Apollo Pepsi stays out one more lap. ACW into the pits, and Crichton coming out. Both really, really close to each other. I mean, we'd expect that with Crichton absolutely sideways on the entry with the rears locking up. So this will be very, very tight on pit exit. Ferrari Pro and Crichton, as well as ACW. So ACW, this has worked out beautifully for him. The undercut on Spicy Salami, especially with fresher tyres, as the medium runners are pretty much now done with their pit stops, and the hard runners as well. Al has moved up a significant amount of positions as well here, up to P5. So maybe we could have him as a contender for the win. At the moment, he's a net P4. Apollo Pepsi yet to box. He'll come into the pits most likely on this lap, unless he's going to hold it out as long as he can. See if there's rain on the way, which I don't think there is. Alpine driver just staying out, biding his time. Ferrari Pro 109.218. That is a very scary time here. The Ferrari driver has commanded this race from start to where we are considerably right now. I mean, he has been overtaken a few times by Crichton, but he's fought back with that position. And, well, he's gotten it back every single time. And cleanly as well, critically. Seb and Al going side by side. Seb is on a flyer at the moment as well. He's on a really good pace. Unfortunately, with 3 seconds to his name, though, so it won't matter. Crichton here as well, just dropping off the pace ever so slightly on Ferrari Pro. Ferrari Pro getting ever closer there to Apollo Pepsi, who's backing up him as much as he can here. The Alpine on much, much older tyres. Ferrari Pro will be looking to get past as quick as he can. Alpine really getting in the way here. As Crichton with DRS will be looking to overtake. And does so. I think Apollo Pepsi just identifying that's not his fight to be had tonight. He definitely doesn't want to get in the way of the championship, and he doesn't want to cause any controversial moments here. Last thing he definitely needs for that Alpine. He's going to, again, I think stick it out as long as he can on those hard tyres. I'm starting to think that isn't going to work out for him. Alan Seb yet again swapping positions. Almost into the back of Al. There was the Haas of Seb. So these two are fighting tooth and nail for the positions at the moment. And I mean, we do have definitely a good fight on our hands. ACW is all over the back of Apollo Pepsi as well. So right now this is a Ferrari 1-3. So a double podium for Ferrari. That'll be good for them. ACW overtakes Apollo Pepsi as Apollo Pepsi just slowly dropping down the field here. I think he'll go into the pits now. So Apollo Pepsi into the pits, and he needs to get this one right. Make sure not to be speeding. Sector 2 yellow flags. I think that's Ross having a bit of a moment. The kick Sauber. I haven't really seen much from Ross this season, but a bit of a mistake there from Ross. That's okay, though. He gets underway and continues underway. I contrast and Verk moving up positions as the pit stops come in for the final time. Crichton is pretty damn close to Ferrari Pro. Now, I'm starting to think that these two are going to be battling the rest of this Grand Prix, unless we have a safety car intervention, which is possible as... What the hell just happened? Okay. The game just decides to go black. Well, we've all got it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it. That is it. Everybody's black screened. I think that means that Ferrari Pro will win this Grand Prix. This game is absolutely shocking. I mean, it'll most likely be half points tonight. I can't lie. That is really infuriating. I think that's it. I don't know. I'm just waiting for confirmation. I think that'll be the end of the race. I can't get anywhere else with this. There we go. Half points. Ferrari Pro. First win of the season. First win ever. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it with a race called short. But my goodness gracious. What a Grand Prix we had. I mean, we had, what, 18 laps maybe? I think we're on lap 22. Still waiting on confirmation. Still going to please wait. So I think that's it. Black screen's out. I don't know if we're going to have any interviews. So there we go. Yep, that's the confirmation. There we go. That is the confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe we're getting this one back underway with any chance. So that'll be it. That's very, very annoying end to this Grand Prix, and definitely cut short of a Grand Prix, but there we go. F124 providing the goods. Let's hope we can get that fixed for next week. We'll see you guys next week, of course, at 7:30. Thank you for tonight. It's been phenomenal for the time that we had. We'll see you next week. See you guys. Oh, wrong button.